of the week that he chews all that gum.
Wilson to the end zone to Graham for the touchdown.
Great Vikings coach, repeat coach here. Wrestling back to throw. Hit as he throws. There's Doug Baldwin, and he is gonna go.
Another Seattle interception. Tate in motion. Pass is incomplete. Maybe not. Seahawks tip ball, and they come away with the interception.
Fournette, he is going to throw it to Brady. Oh, and Brady slips and is picked up by Tariq Woolen. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Hawks are giving him that short stuff. And Kaepernick is intercepted at the 31. Sherman does it again.
For 7 return touchdowns during preseason. Around the entire league, Lockett had 2 of the 7. Here he goes. Tyler Lockett inside the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown.
That is unbelievable.
10th play of a critical drive. To the end zone goes Russell Wilson. What an effort that time by Tyler Lockett. Oh, my. Pressure coming, and he's down. There's a flag down, but the sack, Coby Bryant.
It's 15. Pulls pressure. Dunlap crushes him to the ground. First and goal. Lynch, touchdown.
Oh, I've heard that sound before.
3rd down and 11, empty backfield. Keenum getting some time, but it doesn't work. Couldn't get the receivers till Frank Clark, who had 9 sacks.
Shifts. On 2nd and goal, Wilson throws, end zone, touchdown, Jimmy Graham.
Down the sideline, and it's a takeaway. Tariq Woolen.
For Wisconsin, all punts. Hornibrook to throw it on 1st down over the middle. And intercepted. That's why they weren't letting him throw it. Devin Bush with the pick.
Baker Mayfield in trouble, and he's going to be sacked for the 5th time. 2nd today for Bruce Irvin.
Season. 2nd and 15. Newton is sacked. Bruce Irvin gets to the quarterback.
Coming with a blitz with Maxwell off the edge, and Kaepernick wrestled to the ground by Bruce Irvin.
To those 2 big pass rushers not in the lineup.
Wilson keeps, airs it out, downfield, the rookie! Touchdown, DK Metcalf! In the backfield. Protection, end zone, Adams, and picked by Sherman. Oh, they're playing with fire, and number 25 just burned.
Wilson retreating, and he's going to throw deep downfield, and it is Lockett for the touchdown.
Marshawn Lynch. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks.
Their strong side, they'll see if they watch them do that again. Heineke throws, lofts one, middle of the field, and it's Jamal Adams.
Fitzpatrick going to go deep down the sideline. Intercepted by Richard Sherman.
Lynch to the inside. Lynch inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kaepernick is going to be picked. Intercepted by Chancellor.
Another interception. It's Jamal Adams, his first career pick.
Wilson to Lynch. Touchdown.
Down the sideline, and it's a takeaway. Tariq Woolen.
Again, a bootleg. Step and fire. Wilson, separation. Touchdown, Rice.
They can do it both ways, too. It's not you get down here and they stick to run game. They'll do some play-action pass here, too.
Wilson with time, throws, touchdown! DK Metcalf, the rookie out of Ole Miss.
Just get it away before the play clock expires. Wilson looking for somewhere to go. This one is caught for the touchdown, Metcalf.
Going to complete remodel for Seattle. To the air goes Russell Wilson looking in the end zone. Lockett is there. He's got it for the touchdown. Closes on the football.
It's back in a 2nd and long. Manning actually has time going against Richard Sherman, and that does not end up very well. Sherman with the interception. That's his 5th of the year, and Manning's 2nd of the game.
Here goes that 13 personnel again.
3 tight ends. Walker running behind him. Walker finding a crease into the end zone. It's a touchdown. 3rd of the year for the Michigan State rookie.
We're talking to his dad early on the field.
One of the all-time greats at his position. On 3rd and 10, Allen's pass is picked off by Bobby Wagner.
What a play by Bobby Wagner.
One of Gino's favorite targets, Tyler Lockett.
Smith looking for Goodwin in the end zone. A little toe tap in the corner for the touchdown.
Murray on 3rd down, goes down inside the 20. Uchenna Nwosu with the sack. Who's carrying which game? A lot of meaningful games for playoff discussion. That throw is intercepted. It's the 2nd pick of the game, and Michael Jackson has this one.
Gino will turn around and hand it off, and there's Walker's first big run of the game, and it's a huge hole. Kenneth Walker, the 21-year-old rookie, is gone for 69 yards.
Some play-action pass here, too.
Wilson with time, throws, touchdown! DK Metcalf, the rookie out of Ole Miss.
Stays in the block. Wilson, as he throws deep downfield. It's going to be caught by Metcalf for the touchdown.
Receiver to the right side. Off the play fake. Wilson puts it up deep. He's got a man. Touchdown, Lockett.
He threw with the 1st and 10. And it's intercepted by Bobby Wagner.
On 2nd and 7, here's Alexander. Breaks free. Sean Alexander, touchdown. A 27-yard touchdown run.
And they'll throw it. Wilson throwing a fade in the corner. What a catch! It's Curse, touchdown!
Pay attention to him, which opens up other players.
2nd and 7, and to the end zone, and Curse, for the 2nd time today, has a touchdown.
And this is the 34th play for Seattle. Wilson going for the end zone. Curse with a nice grab. Touchdown!
Blitz off the edge. Seahawks pick it up. Lockett in the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown!
2nd down and 16. Wilson with time, throws, end zone, touchdown. It is Tyler Lockett.
Dalton takes the snap. He's going to let it fly. He's got Green now near side. Ball is tipped up and intercepted. It's picked off by Cam Chancellor.
He's keeping it. Great call, Tony. Lattimore can't stop him.
Trying to get on the board. End zone, Curse. Touchdown.
Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DeCosta here, aka JetterBro95, coming at you guys with another video, and in this video is going to be an update to the Seattle Seahawks theme team. It's been a couple of weeks, which is why, obviously, you know, there was a long intro. Like, I think there's like 8 minutes of video clips, or however long, and I apologize for that, but it's been a little bit, so I figure may as well just throw them all in there for you guys. Plus, also, guys, these are basically from the TikTok, so like all of these you see are go on TikTok. So link is in the description if you wanted to see those for you guys. But yeah, this is the team. Lots of changes, lots of new cards since the last video, which was, I think, was closing in on 3 weeks ago. But let's jump into it, guys. Yeah, so first off here, we've got Marshawn Lynch. I will showcase him to you guys in case you guys did not see him in the last video. Now, for my offense, I actually rotate a 2 running back system between him and Alexander. But Lynch is definitely running back 1 for this team. I love this Marshawn Lynch. I think he's really, really really good. I just don't like the fact that he gets bruiser and tank for 1 AP as well. You know, I would have liked for him to have gotten both for 1 AP, but sadly that is not the case for him. Now, obviously, you know, with me, how I do my teams is I do them as a, you know, kind of like what Dubby does for his Eagles team. If you guys don't know who Dubby is, he's a high level Madden player who was a world champion, I think, in like 2017 or like Madden 17 or Madden 16, I think is what I'm pretty sure it was 17. Anyways, this is Tyler Lockett. I'll showcase him in case you guys did not see him in the last video either. So I decided to, you know, kind of do what he does for his rules. However, the only thing is the fact that I'm doing mine a little bit differently. You know, I will have fillers if it's absolutely necessary, which at this point in the year, it's not really that necessary because, you know, the team is just so good at this point. You know, teams and players are just so good at this point as well. But I know that's the reason I'm bringing that up is I'm talking about it in the sense of like, you know, this Brandon Marshall here. Now, I did ask you guys on Twitter if you guys would be okay with me using this Brandon Marshall and treating him like Jermaine Kearse. Now, this won't affect my end game plans to have Metcalf, Lockett, and Baldwin as my 3 receivers because obviously those are the 3 receivers the best 3 receivers we've had since I think Bobby Ingram. And even then, like, it is what it is and stuff of that nature. So I could definitely treat Brandon Marshall like Jermaine Kearse until DK Metcalf gets his next card. And then when DK gets his next card, he'll obviously move up into the lineup. And then we'll have Lockett, Baldwin, and Metcalf as the final 3 receivers. But this Brandon Marshall, really, really good. Like, I actually was pleasantly surprised of how good this Brandon Marshall card really, truly is. With 99 speed, 99 catching, 99 route running across the board. Overall, he is actually really, really good. Now, his abilities do suck. I will not disagree with that. He does have pretty shit abilities overall. As for this bucket here, this is where you can get all the free ones, right? Short in elite, red zone threat, deep out elite, and honorary alignment. You can get all these for free, and in this bucket, you can get mid in, short in, and wide receiver apprentice. Now, this is very good if you are playing him as a slot receiver. However, I am not. I'm playing him as an outside receiver. On my offense, or you know, an X receiver is, you know, as the actual term for it. So he doesn't get short out elite for a discount, nor does he get route technician, which actually is pretty bad. It's actually pretty bad for my offense and whatnot. I'm hoping DK's is better. I'm hoping DK next card, whatever that is, be it a draft master or a you know, maybe we get a golden ticket. Someone makes a golden ticket DK Metcalf again. That would be ideal. Now, I know, yes, John Madden never actually did play for the Seahawks. However, I actually talked about this with my chat, and we all agreed that John Madden should be allowed to be used on this team because, I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to make a Seahawks team, right? Because of the game. So, the chat and I all agreed that I think it would be a good idea to have John Madden as the left tackle. Plus, too, he gets a threat detector for 1 AP, which is something I actually didn't realize I needed until now, because until like recently, because like that threat detector has been so helpful when it comes to picking out blitzers and setting protections on 3rd down. It's not always perfect because, you know, the offensive line is brain dead, but it does matter. Like, it does help out quite a bit. And then lastly, on offense, guys, I will showcase this Justin Britt for you guys in case you guys did not see it, in case you didn't see him in the last video. Or even if he wasn't on the team beforehand. I decided to grab him just because, you know, as a Seahawks for Seahawks centers, he actually did play about 5-ish years with the Seahawks. Would have been 6, but he did opt out for the 2020 season due to yeah. So unfortunately, he was, and then after that, he just didn't play for us again. But Justin Britt, you know, he's a solid alignment overall. Really, really good. Definitely probably not worth the price that he is going for right now. Now for his free buckets, he gets post up and puller elite. I'm playing him at center because of the post up, which is why I have him there. He doesn't get free identifier. Otherwise, I would have put him on left guard, which is his actual position, which he actually should have a secondary position for. Whatever reason, EA does not have him with a secondary position left guard or right tackle. If you guys do feel shaking and whatnot, I do apologize. My cat decided to come sit on my lap for like 20 seconds and then get up. But yeah, he doesn't get left guard or right tackle secondary position for whatever reason right now. I hope EA does add that very soon, because he actually was, for those that don't know, he actually was drafted as a tackle, but then moved to left guard and then converted to center, and he's been there ever since. So, anyways, that is it for the offensive abilities, guys. Basically, that's also for the offense. So, offensive abilities, though. We do have threat detector and secure protector on John Madden. Wide receiver, not wide receiver, double me, short out and red zone threat on Brandon Marshall. Post up on Justin Britt, identifier on Kevin Glover, tank and bruiser on Marshawn Lynch, short and elite and yak him up on Tyler Lockett, route technician on Jerry Rice, Sidney Rice, Rob Gronkowski with tank, Jimmy Graham with red zone threat and short in elite, Doug Baldwin with mid in and short out elite, Abraham Lucas with secure protector in all day, Omaha pass lead and elite and gunslinger on Russell Wilson, all day on Damian Lewis, Sean Alexander with tank, K9 with goal line back, and Gerald Everett with deep out elite. And I do also have this Marquise Goodwin as well, but he is on the current day roster. I have him in here just for, I think, depth purposes. I don't actually remember why I put him in the lineup, but he does actually, but he's here for depth purposes overall. Moving on to the defense, though, definitely a lot of new changes. Like, we got at least like 3 or 4 cards for the defensive side of the ball. For this team. Now, obviously, I will showcase this Devin Bush in case, again, you guys did not see him from the last video. And I'm just going to take a minute to sit there and say that this Devin Bush card, super underrated in my opinion. This Devin Bush, even though he is a 5'11 linebacker, is very, very good. I love this card so much. Probably my favorite user this year, other than maybe Cam Chancellor, like when he, I think his A card or his All Madden card, whichever one it was. But this Devin Bush is just absolutely phenomenal with 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 99 change of direction. He does have some solid zone coverage and block shedding, stuff of that nature. Like, this card is incredibly good. I would highly recommend, if you have not picked him up and given him a try, if you can afford it, go ahead. I don't know how much he's going for right now, but he is very, very good. In terms of free abilities, he does get secure tackler and he does get lurker for the free AP, and then everything else is 1 AP. So I'm rocking tackle supreme and lurker for 1 AP, as I do think that is probably the best ability setup you could put on to Devin Bush. We also have Carlos Dunlap, which I did do a gameplay on Carlos Dunlap when he first dropped. I don't remember, but Carlos Dunlap, I like this card. 98 speed, 98 finesse move, 98 block shedding. He's a pass rush. I think I said at the time, I'll say it again. He's a pass rusher in Madden 23, so you're really not going to get too much out of him because everybody's running secure protectors and edge protectors now, mainly secure protectors because there are some linemen that can get it for free, by the way, which is kind of weird. But Dunlap is good overall. I think he's a solid edge rusher if you're looking for one for your Bengals, Chiefs, and Seahawks teams. As you see, those are his abilities. His team chems. For abilities, though, he gets everything for 1 AP, so I'm rocking Edge Threat Elite. And then in this bucket here, you can get Pick Artist for whatever reason. Speedster, goal line stuff for free, and Secure Tackler for 1 AP. And then Under Pressure, Double or Nothing, and No Outsiders. So I decided to use Edge Threat Elite and Speedster on him, as I think that's a pretty good ability setup for myself personally, especially the Edge Threat Elite being the Under Pressure as well. Next up, we're going to showcase new Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson, I did do a gameplay on him as well as Cam Chancellor a couple of days ago. So go ahead and watch that if you haven't done so already. My thoughts on this Michael Jackson card are pretty good. I like this card a lot. I think he's definitely a very, very good upgrade to the current day roster because obviously, he is the outside. He is a cornerback for the current day roster along with Reek and Coby Bryant, who did get a card too, which I will showcase in a minute. However, the thing is with Michael, he doesn't get any discounted abilities, which actually does not help him out quite a bit, especially in comparison to guys like Coby, for example, who gets these two same abilities as well as gets Pick Artist for free. Now, that won't stop me from using him on the current day roster, as I do think he is very, very good. However, on this roster, unfortunately, he does miss the mark just a small amount because of that free Pick Artist from Coby. Overall. And speaking of Coby, let's talk about Coby Bryant. Not the Black Mamba. No, not him. May he rest in peace, though. But I'm talking about the new Coby Bryant for the Seahawks team. Now, this card is also really, really good with 99 speed, acceleration, 99 zone coverage, 98 man coverage, 93 play rec, which is a bit disappointing. And it is noticeable on the field. Like, there are times where You know, he won't match like in a seam flat or something like that. He'll be late to recognize it and then have to realize, oh shit, I have to do this. So that does kind of suck overall. But as a nickel corner in zone coverage, this card is really, really good overall. I think he's probably I don't want to say he was better than his 92, because if you guys remember that 92 overall when he dropped back in December, I sat there and said that he was the best nickel corner I had all year, and that kind of does still reign true right now. Well, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if he's still the same that way, because the game has obviously changed quite a bit since then overall. But that being said, he's still good. Like, he's still really, really, really good as a card. So, but for his abilities, he does get all of the regular abilities again for 1 AP, you know, deep out, except for obviously inside and outside shade, as they are actually more expensive on Coby than they are on Michael Jackson, which, I mean, makes sense because he's his own corner. And then he gets pick artist and chuck out in his free ability bucket, which I may try chuck out next week, just to see if that does help out slow fatigue some like slot receivers and whatnot, because I don't know. I think chuck out is pretty good as an ability, because it does fatigue the receiver if he wins the press animation. Like, if I'm pressing him in like a flat and he's like in a seam flat or something like that, it does fatigue him. Like, it does make him more tired. So yeah. Now, obviously, like the John Madden left tackle, we did also agree that the DT should also be allowed to be used for this team. So with that, I am using the John Madden defensive tackle. He's actually my starting DT. I actually think he's pretty good overall. He's not an elite by any means, but he's pretty solid. But then lastly, let's talk about Cam Chancellor. Now, this Cam Chancellor, not worth the coins. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This card is not worth the coins. Now, that doesn't mean he is a bad card by any means necessary, but like, in my opinion, no card is worth 2 million coins. I don't care how good the card is. Don't buy cards worth 2 million coins, in my opinion. But, you know, for me personally, I mean, it's Bam Bam Cam. He's always going to have a spot on this team because of how I do my team. Anybody who was on that Super Bowl team is going to be in the lineup regardless. Like, it doesn't bother to me how expensive they truly are for the most part. Now, obviously, if I can't afford them, I can't afford them, and I'm definitely not going to buy them overall. But that being said, Cam is really, really good overall for his stats. Now, he does get ×2 Seahawks Cam, because for those of you that don't know with how they do all Madden, Ultimate Legends this year, players that made a Pro Bowl or a All-Pro appearance with the team that they're with, a certain team, they will get ×2 of that Chem. So that's why you have Cam Chancellor with ×2. He does get every other ability for 1 AP as well. And then in this bucket, he can get Crusher, Deep Out, Enforcer, Pick Artist, and Deep In Zone KO all for free. I've chosen the Deep Out KO for obvious reasons. And I do also have the Flat Zone KO on him in case I do play my cover 3. And then if I'm playing cover 2 or cover 4, he can play his deep safety role. So yeah, that is it for the defense, guys. Abilities, just real quick on the defense before we wrap up here. I appreciate you guys sticking around and giving the video a watch. My controller decided to freak out for some reason. I apologize for that. So for one of the abilities on defense, we have Flat Zone KO, Flat Zone and Deep Out Zone KO, as well as Reinforcement on Cam Chancellor. John Madden with Inside Stuff. Sam Adams with Deflator. Tariq Woolen, I don't know why. I was about to call him Quandre Diggs for some reason, which we need a card for Quandre, by the way. Flat Zone KO, Pick Artist, and Deep Out on Tariq. Devin Bush with Tackle Supreme and Lurker. Edge Threat Elite and Speedster on Dunlap. Lurker and Secure Tackler on Bobby Wagner. Inside Stuff and Tackle Supreme and Defensive Rally on Frank Clark. Al Woods with Inside Stuff as well. Coby Bryant with Flat Zone KO, Acrobat, and Pick Artist. Bruce Irvin with Double or Nothing. Jamal Adams with Deep Out Zone KO. John Randall with Goal Line Stuff. Jordan Brooks with his Inside Stuff. And then Richard Sherman, who is definitely on the fence. You know, I was not happy with him today on stream. Oh, let me tell you that right now. But he has Deep Out Zone KO and Pick Artist on his for his abilities as well. So that is it for defense. Special teams, guys. We did get we did Jason Myers finally for, you know, they only took all year, but we finally got our kicker with Jason Myers, who will probably be here for the rest of the year unless I decide to go for the 99 overall for this team, which probably won't, but I mean, who knows? I might. Specialist, though, we do have Sean Alexander at specialist back, Lockett at slot receiver, Coby Bryant at the nickel cornerback, and then for linebackers, for nickel packages, we got Devin Bush and Bobby Wagner. Defensive line is John Madden, Frank Clark, Bruce Irvin, and Carlos Dunlap. Strategy, guys, we are rocking the route tree strat, the in the zone strat for offense and defense, as well as the Seahawks regular strategy item, and then the Journeyman strat item, which does give +1 to speed to all players. And then offense, we got the Rams offense and Giants defense. And then here are my visuals. So with that being said, though, guys, that is the end of this video. Definitely was a bit of a long one, and I do appreciate you guys that stick around to watch the whole thing. If you guys did make it to the end of this video, please be sure to drop a like on it. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me out in the algorithm quite a bit. Also, I do want to thank you guys over the last little bit. We have been growing pretty steadily, not necessarily like leaps and bounds, but over the last little bit, I have noticed that we have been getting a little bit, growing a little bit, both on YouTube and on Twitch, and it does mean a lot to me that you guys, even if you are just dropping a subscription and a follow on those platforms, it does mean a lot. Also, all the other links for Twitch and TikTok, as well as Twitter, are in the description, guys. If you guys want to go follow me on those platforms as well, definitely go ahead and do so. It does help out a lot, like I said. But I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.